So I start to slow my pace down. I'm sort of looking around in the crowd, like all around me, sort of anxious and overwhelmed by the sounds and smells and all the poor people. I try to look for Gregor, Gregor,
Break off.
Gregoroff.
Um, well, Krikov, you, luckily enough, are actually headed in this direction because this is the shadier part of town that you're headed towards.
Yep.
So you look out in that you see Grekov making his way through the crowd.
He seems very unconcerned by the fact that you are very far ahead of him. In fact, he doesn't seem to be looking around or anything like that. I mean, he's not looking at you, so it's possible that you realize at this point that he knows that you're that you're lost and doesn't care.
Yeah, that's very possible. So do you approach him, Arthur? It's pretty easy to spot him as he comes walking up.
Yeah.
Okay. You come walking right up to him. And by the way, it's not quite as busy where you are now. It's the crowd is thinned out quite a bit, so it's pretty easy spotting Arthur as well as you come walking up.
He goes, so someone did teach the little lost boy to wait where he was when he got lost.
Look, sorry, the average height isn't 7 foot here.
He sort of looks at you and he goes, hey, I didn't tell you to run ahead. I'm a little surprised you did not get mugged.
Yeah, so where is the tavern? Where's the bar?
Is it nearby?
It's pretty close.
He points down the way it is. He goes, there, just around the corner.
All right. Are you ready to do this?
You act like there's going to be a fight.
You know, just follow me.
He goes,
Greco, but I'd say you probably feel a little like, look, kid. Because
hello?
yeah, can you hear me? Hello?
There we go. My internet cut out for a second there.
Did you hear what Peyton said?
He said, I'll lead the way, basically.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, he was like,
Yeah.
So I would say you probably felt kind of like, what, like, look, kid, like, yeah, you also haven't explained who you are either, you know.
I actually haven't even, he didn't ask for my name and Grekov
Yeah.
did not give him his name, so he actually doesn't know my name.
Well, he did overhear it from the bartender.
Yeah, okay, he knows because that guy called me Grekov.
Yeah. So he did hear your name, but he wouldn't. I wouldn't say you would know him by name, but if he said who he works for, you would know who Tanner's father is.
Okay.
So he goes.
I mean, he's the richest lord in town, so it's kind of hard not to know who he is.
He sort of looks at you and he goes, "No, you better let me lead the way. These are my waters, not yours."
All right. Uh, just I'm trying to find him as quickly as I can, and I'm not trying to spend too much time in these bars. Like 5 minutes tops. So that's why I'm in a hurry. We can just get what we need and get out.
Yes,
Get to the
and
next
Brekov
one.
can sense that, and he knows that if you go into a place this seedy and are like, "I
I
demand
think Arthur's
answers."
saying that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Oh, he is? That's he
Yeah,
saying it?
yeah. Arthur's actually saying that. I don't
Yeah,
think Peyton's
he
explaining.
goes, "Listen here, kid. You don't go into a place like this, dressed like how you are, and start demanding to find people and answers."
I would say Arthur, for the first time since wandering into this area, you kind of look down at yourself, like you dress like how I am, kind of like what's wrong with the way I dress? And you look at the way you look, and you kind of look around at the people around you, and you kind of realize that you sort of are a fish out of water. Everybody looks like they're dressed in, you know.
Black with cloaks with hoods.
Well,
And
and a little bit, but and mostly, just poor fabrics, bad clothes, like
yeah,
ripped holes. Like you're in the poor part of town now.
he goes, "You don't know what you're doing, and you don't even fully realize where you are." He goes, "Do you know what the local gang who controls this area is?"
Uh, actually,
No. Oh,
uh,
okay. Maybe.
Arthur, give me a either investigation or history, and it's at advantage actually because of your
Oh,
spirit.
well, it's
Because
a 23, my bad.
Pretty good.
okay. Um, so you know that it's actually the Whitefish gang.
I
They're notorious for burglaries and kidnappings.
I crossed my
Oh
arms and
no, and that suddenly makes you realize Grekov is kind of right, even still.
I state it very like matter of factly.
He goes, "Ah, and you didn't think that maybe someone dressed in nice clothes, who may or may not be part of the guard, entering a place of their territory and asking to find somebody who's missing would not freak them out?"
Arthur just kind of like looks at him with this like stupid look on his face, like he's. I've gotten out of
Like he'd never quite
worse.
considered much of the things you're saying to him right now.
Right. So,
He doesn't, he seems like he's a smart guy and all that, but it's like, he's just inexperienced. He's not.
right. He's like, "Look, kid, I don't want to see you get hurt."
He's like the rookie on his first case kind of thing. Like Arthur has a lot of practice. Arthur is really well trained, but he doesn't have a lot of practical experience actually doing anything with that training.
Right. Given he knew and that's Grekov when he knew actually what gang owned this place. He was like, that's when he came to that realization that that's exactly what he's talking to is, he goes, real quick before we go in, is there a particular reason you're looking for Alan?
Yes, I would like to find my brother who has been missing for a day, and and my father, who is the captain of the guard, is going to be very angry if I do not find him. And I am already sacrificing my training time looking for Alan. So the
And then,
quicker we can get back to this, the quicker I can get back to
right.
something back
He
to my
looks at him
career
and
path.
he goes, fine, let me do the talking. Do not say or touch anything.
I raise my hands up in like surrender.
And, look like you're sure of yourself. They can smell weakness.
I just like
I feel pretty confident he should be
I'm-
good enough at that at least.
Yeah, right.
sort of slight offense to that. Guy. Yeah.
So,
Krekov, walks into the bar.
all right. As you walk into the bar, that was way more upbeat than I thought it was going to be. How about this one? Yeah, this is a little better. Oh, God damn it. I don't like
Yeah,
words.
I knew this song.
I don't like
Only.
I don't like words in this
Na, 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 na.
one. Words. This was actually good. As long as nobody starts singing. If someone starts singing, I'm gonna be pissed.
La la la.
Okay.
Seems simple enough.
All right,
Paid in
Arthur,
Spanish.
D level
Yeah.
10 times.
You actually have to start as level 1 now.
I believe that makes you -2.
Dang. I'm not even born yet.
Which we all know means that in your campaign you have to give Terran's character 2 levels.
It means
So he can be
yeah,
level 17.
yeah, that's what it means.
Level 17.
No, in Draconite.
Oh, the Dragheim. Now he's getting
Duran's level 7 now. Oh, what the fuck? Well, then I do level you more. To counterbalance the deal.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
okay.
what did I start?
Alright, we're gonna counterbalance this again, and
God. Alright.
we're gonna be
So you-
start as a baby.
You walk into the bar, and immediately it is not the same vibe as the shady bar that you went to before. This is real shady. This is immediately the room goes from chatter to complete silence as you both walk in the door, and pretty much every face in the bar turns to look at you.
Krekov ignores their stares and walks towards the bartender.
Follow closely behind.
You get sort of dirty looks from all sorts of different people in the bar. It looks, it's not super busy in here, but there's probably about 15, 20 people. Brekov walk up to the bar, and barkeep looks up at you and he kind of goes, "Eh."
I am looking for my friend.
Yeah,
He's got red skin and horns.
Red skin. He has blue skin, by the way.
Oh, blue skin. Sorry, blue skin and horns. Sorry, I tiefling. You think red, and then I hadn't looked at the picture recently.
Blue skin. Horns. It's human only bar. Points around to all the patrons, and you see all.
One of
the
whom
other
is
humans.
clearly a halfling.
Yeah, one. Yeah, actually, one of them clearly is a halfling, and he puts his finger up to his lips when you look at him, and he goes, "Shh."
Yes,
They
well.
just think it's acceptable for kids to drink.
Yeah.
Oh my.
This is the only bar where I don't get questioned. But he goes, yes, well,
That's the only reason he goes there.
this friend of mine can be very charming and quite convincing. He tends to be the life of the party.
He looks at you. He goes, yeah, well, I don't think so. Not around here. Not here. Not this
I don't
bar.
like your con around here. Anyway, he goes, fine. How about the kid? He's human.
That kid, and he points over to the halfling. Oh,
He
man.
goes on, no, no.
Oh. His size really.
It's one of those moments where an ongoing character is created just randomly. Me? He goes, right. Well, have you... Maybe he didn't come in the bar. Have you seen him? Either of them.
What do they look like? Do they both have blue skin?
No, one of them is human.
One of them's a human with blue skin?
He seems to think for a second, and then he goes, yes.
Ugh.
And one of them is a human child.
One's a human child and one's a human with blue skin.
And horns, yes.
Horns. I've never seen a human with horns before.
Are you a very well-traveled individual?
Seems to consider. What does that mean?
It means, do you ever leave this bar and go on vacation in other cities or in other countries?
What's vacation?
He goes, yeah, stop asking questions. Just answer my question, and we'll be gone, out of your hair. In fact, if you can tell us any information that actually pans out, I can pay you.
It's just, I don't know. I don't. Blue skin's weird. We don't like that around here. And honestly, you're talking about it so much, I'm starting not to like you. And he kind of narrows his eyes at you.
Krekov grunts and he goes, clearly,
He doesn't
my
appear
friend,
to be the smartest.
clearly my friend was not here. We will be going now. Come along, he says to Arthur.
Kind spits into a spittoon behind the bar.
Grekov begins heading towards the outside of the bar.
Arthur?
Yeah.
Alright. You begin to follow after him, and as you do, one of the guys sitting at the table reaches out and grabs your wrist, Arthur. Hey, laddie! How about you join us for a game?
Shake him off.
Hey, give me an
No
athletics.
time for games, old man. $16.
You slip loose and goes, hey, come on! Just one game.
I ignore him, keep on moving. Try to go faster out now.
Grekov sort of has turned back to sort of look at this. And he says,
You turn back just in time to see one of the dudes across from the table reaching into his coat pocket. Give me a perception. In your experience, the motion he's making would be that he's reaching for a gun.
Grekov slings the shotgun off of his back and points it directly at the guy, and he goes, whoa, 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 whoa.
And you catch him, like, right as it seems like his hand's in his pocket with his, like, hand, like, on the gun, but you've like, caught him before he could draw it.
Yeah, and one of the things is I actually have a higher dexterity than I have strength. So, like, this movement is probably, like, way quicker than anybody's expecting of somebody of his size. He's like, it's like out and in this guy's face, basically.
So that happens, and you kind of realize that this guy, as you're pointing the gun in his face, you don't think that maybe he was going to draw the gun on Arthur. You're now starting to realize, looking down at the table, that this guy was probably losing whatever game they were playing and was about to fucking pull a gun out and try to walk out without having to pay. And
Grekov.
the rest of the dudes are like, what the f-?
Grekov, the guy's probably still got his hand in his pocket.
Yeah, he's like, but he's got a look of terror in his eyes, like he's just like frozen, not moving, looking at you.
Grekov looks at the guy and he goes, take your hand slowly out of your pocket.
He goes to take his hands out.
He goes,
Bang, bang, bang! And a guy standing 10 feet away from one of the other tables takes 3 shots and shoots this dude in the chest.
hey, when Grekov hears that shot, right? He sort of, he yells, he goes, Arthur, out of the building now! And he begins, like, quickly backing up towards the door, like, pointing the gun at people. We don't want to be involved, he says as he goes.
Do you do what he says, Arthur? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a gun on me.
So you back up and push out the door, and he backs into you, and you hear several other like gunfire go off, and you hear the drawing of swords as you're back out and tables getting knocked over.
Grekov, he's like, we are leaving now. And he begins walking, and he's heading in the direction of the next one. He slings the gun back over his back.
As you guys are walking,
oh, go ahead.
You're hey, wait!
Grekov stops.
You
He turns.
see the halfling that was in the bar before. He's like wiping his forehead, like, whew, like he just barely got out of there. He goes, your friend, the kid, Alan. You said his name was?
Indeed, I did.
Yeah. They came by here.
Did they now?
Yeah,
Did you
but
see where they
the
went?
barkeep didn't like your blue friend's look, so he told them to scram before they got what was coming to them.
And did you see what direction they went off in?
No, but I heard him mumbling something about the wishing well. Give me history, either of you.
Can I? Okay.
Can you?
We
I
both
was
got 16.
Going to try to intimidate him into giving us more information, like getting up in his face and like kind of pulling on the scruff of his collar, like trying to get more information out of him.
Whoa!
So, okay, so what do you do specifically? You grab him by the collar.
Yeah.
All right, Drekov, whoa, and what do you say to him?
I have a very specific set of skills.
I have a very set of specific skills. If you don't tell me everything you know, everything you heard, and more specifically, which direction is the wishing well?
I did. I already did.
Arthur! Grekov actually has a crack in his voice right now, like he's not, like, he doesn't have this air, he has an air of intimidation about him, but not usually command, but he's like getting your attention, right? He's like, Arthur!
Yeah,
He literally charged you for underage drinking right now.
I would say
Arthur!
Greco.
Put him down now!
Arthur thinks he's a kid, he doesn't even think he's a halfling.
Arthur, put the halfling down.
He looks surprised. Drops him.
Get out of here.
No! Stop! Everyone. Listen to the man with the gun.
Nah, I tell the
halfling.
I think we're...
Well, the halfling, while not wanting to be near you because you grabbed him, is also afraid to run away because Grekov said, "I'm the man with the gun here," and he's holding a shotgun. So he's not gonna run while somebody can shoot him when he tries to run.
Grekov,
So he just kind of holds up his hands and he's looking at both of you like not sure what to do.
Grekov looks at the halfling and he says, "Arthur, why don't you go wait at the corner there for me?" He turns to the halfling and he says, "Look, thank you for the information. And that guy right there, he's a bit high-strung.
Yeah, what a jerk!
Don't worry too much about.
Hear him say this.
Don't worry too much about it, and you can trust that I know how things work in this area of town." And then he pulls out a gold coin and he says, and he flips it to the halfling, and he goes, "For the information that you bothered to chase us down." And then as he's sort of leaning over to the halfling, his voice gets really low and he says, "And if I find that you lied to me, and this is a trap, you'll be seeing me again."
He kind of shrinks back. He goes, no. No trap. It's just a well.
He grins and he goes, "Brilliant. Then there's no problem then. Now scurry along. We have business to get to. Before my friend gets himself killed by standing on that corner over there. I don't know how he would do it. But as you can clearly see, he is an idiot."
Arthur, as you're standing there, you look down one of the alleyways and you happen to see a well. She looks to you like a wishing well.
All right, well, time to do a thing. And I
Oh my gosh, he's gonna turn around. He's like, as my friend gets killed standing on that street corner.
Yeah,
Looks
so
back,
yeah,
not
so,
there. Shit!
So I assume, Arthur, you just immediately start walking towards it.
yeah.
Okay. You make your way up to the wishing well, and as you do, you make your way right up to the edge of it, and it's made out of kind of a finer marble than you would expect to find in this area of the city for sure. It seems almost of like older architecture, like the fountain's been here longer than all the buildings built up around it. And as you like look into the pool, it has almost like a oily reflective surface that it's got this sort of technicolor sheen off the top of it, and you can barely make out the coins that are sort of at the bottom. He's sort of actually surprised, to be honest, that all the coins are even still there, given the part of town you're in. And it's only, there's tons of coins just to grab a handful away.
I don't believe in such superstitious folk tale as tales like a wishing well.
Just talking to yourself at the well.
Yeah, pretty much. Looking at the water, kind of playing with the coin in between my fingers. God damn it, Alan! Why you always gotta? Why you always gotta cause trouble parading around fucking the city, getting yourself lost, not showing up, making Dad angry? Like, yeah, I wish you'd show up. Like, kind of. I'm gonna slide the coin into the.
About when you say that, you flip the coin into the well, and it's more like a fountain than a well. It's like a pool of water with like a big sort of angelic marble statue coming out of the center. And you see, as you flip the coin into the well or into the fountain, and it just hits the water, splash, sinks to the bottom. Just about as that happens, Grekov, you come walking up.
Jeez. You really don't learn your lesson, do you, about wandering off places?
You find the next bar. I didn't find him here.
At the random well?
No, he said this was the wishing well.
The wishing well, not a wishing well. The wishing well could be a bar for all we know.
Do you know of any bars named the Wishing Well?
I mean, I rolled history too and got a 16, so I wouldn't know. He goes, no.
Grekov, as you've been over on this part of town before. You've seen the fountain before, right? But probably never really paid much attention to it. And as you're closer to it, you sort of mesmerized, as Arthur was, by the sheen of the water, and find yourself kind of staring into the surface of it.
Hmm. He sort of spaces out.
Yeah, like both of you kind of do. You both sort of space out and are find that you haven't been talking for a couple minutes, and you're both just standing there staring at the water. You kind of snap out of it.
Right.
Uh,
We're not going to find them standing here staring at this well.
put this thing here. Of all the places you could put a well, a back alley.
Come on.
Is
Greco is
water
actually
poisoned?
starting to get slightly uncomfortable. He's not the type to,
Yeah, let's get out of here.
he's not the type to, sit around spacing out like that. So he's kind of,
Suddenly,
I mean,
Fine.
oh god.
Arthur,
Yep.
in your head, you hear, "The one you seek is but beneath. He is close, closer than most."
Break off. I need you to quit whispering.
No, it's
Just
definitely. It was more
That's
of
definitely-
a.
okay.
It was a definitely like
Okay.
spooky whispers. Definitely not Grekov thing.
All right.
Grekov has a clear accent as well.
I start looking around like paranoid.
I would say like you probably felt a chill go up your spine as you heard that voice. And to you, Grekov, you didn't hear anything.
Grekov sort of looks at him and he goes, "Let's go. We can check wells on the way too. There are several around as we go to. There's one on the way to the next bar."
Why do I? Little Timmy's not in a well, is he? He's not in the well. Do I get the feeling that there's something up with the well, or is it just a well? I should keep on
It's a
looking.
fountain, technically. I
fountain.
misspoke by saying well.
Okay.
I mean, that's up to you whether or not you decide there's more up to the fountain. I mean, I
stick my hand in.
I said what I said as you walked
Yeah.
away.
Stick
And
my hand
Grekov
in.
didn't hear anything, so he can't.
To kind of like bring some clarity, some logic to my brain. I put my hand into the fountain just to swish around the water. Maybe like.
I am going to need you to make a Constitution saving throw as you reach into the water. Arthur, the second you touch the surface of the water, you realize that the substance is clearly not water. It is some sort of acidic base with some sort of toxin interlaced on the top of it, and it is clear now why all of these coins have remained in this pool. And as you pull your hand out, you can feel like the layers of skin falling off your hand.
And that's why it's there.
Wow. That was a lot higher than I thought it was going to be. Take
Does your
17.
character have a metal hand in the future? What?
You take 17 points of
Okay.
damage as the acid like burns the flesh off of your hand.
I let out a pretty big yell.
It did double damage because he critically failed against it.
Brekov immediately turns around at the scream and he sort of moves forward and he pulls out his gun and he's like, "What? Where? What?"
You pretty much realize what's happening and pull Arthur back out of the fountain, sort of, and
You said double damage, so
well, double in the sense that it was 4d6 instead of 2d6.
okay, okay.
You would have only taken 6, but
Yeah.
so
It gotta be high rolls with a 40.
yeah, it was 2 3s, a 6, and a 5.
Jeez.
It's right. It's in roll 20.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Just wondering if it was the 17 was actually a higher number.
No, it was
Half
would've
my
only been
life.
2d6.
Okay.
But yeah, so you pull your hand out and Grekov, you immediately can smell the searing flesh of
He
his
goes-
hand.
He goes, "Oh, haven't smelled that in a while."
Bits of hair that were on his hand.
He
Immediately, either of you got any nature or survival?
I got plenty of survival.
I'm trained in survival.
Whatever is your highest, roll it.
Ah,
Arthur,
okay.
immediately you realize that not only is this acid just fucked up your hand, but if you don't get it off, it's going to continue to fuck you up. So you know that you need to cleanse your hand in some way, in something.
God
You don't know.
damn it, this was 5 years ago, so I don't have access to magic.
What?
Unless I do.
Why wouldn't you?
I would just assume that my access to magic was not
You've been
Close.
Assume you're at the level
you've
you
been
are.
still, you're still the same level you are, and you've still been learning. I mean, the story hasn't changed. You still grew up with that advisor guy who would have taught you the magic that you know. Remember? Because he was
So
the
you
one
know
who taught you.
okay. Okay. Well.
So, I mean, you know magic. It's not like...
Is there any
I would... It's still one of those things that's like, you don't want people to know that you know. You know what I mean? That's
Okay,
more what
so-
it is. It's not that you don't know. You've been learning this for...
I'm gonna take my water skin, fucking drench my hand in clean water.
Okay. You do so, and
It hurts.
you can tell that while it gives you some relief, but it takes some of the burning away when you pour it on, but it doesn't like wash away whatever the oily substance is that's on your hand.
I have medicine. I'm not proficient with medicine.
Grekov, your immediate thought is, we gotta amputate.
Damn.
So Grekov, his immediate thought is we gotta amputate. So he is like, okay, and he pulls out the
Whoa
alcohol.
now. Oh, alcohol.
He pulls out the alcohol and then he pulls out he probably keeps like a like a knife on him. Or no, he does. He goes, "Hand me your sword." He's got the alcohol and the sword.
My sword. We're not taking it off my hand.
I would say, Arthur, you're smart enough to see where he's going with this.
You're not taking off my hands. This is madness. This we just need to get. We need to get. Just give me some cloth. I would rub this shit off of my hand. I need to get fire. You know, maybe burn it off.
He goes,
Burnt hands
fine.
better
with
than a
dagger. He goes, fine with dagger it is, and then he pulls out his.
Arthur, go ahead and give me another con save.
Well,
low damage at least that time. Take 3 damage as you can feel like it's not as just searing as it was before, but you can tell that it's like burrowing deeper into your flesh and like into your muscles.
We have to do something.
You know what? I'm not looking too well. I'm going. I don't know if that's high enough for what I want, but I'm gonna say that I do not look good. I am bleeding like
what
really
was
bad.
The intelligence roll for?
This was to determine whether I was sane enough to continue to tell him don't amputate my hand.
Okay. Well, you're not going crazy, but you're definitely
starting to think about
the pain is. Yeah, definitely.
Grekov says, "Look, if you won't let me take the hand, then we need to find a doctor."
He manages to. I would say that Arthur, with his nat 20, he sort of manages to yelp out that there's something else to wash it off.
Give me the alcohol.
Grekov looks at the alcohol, and then he goes, and he looks at it wistfully, and then he hands it.
I start dumping the alcohol on my hand.
You start dumping the alcohol on it, and immediately
It
you
hurts.
get a sense of 100% relief as you see the oil wash away with the alcohol onto the ground.
We're not taking out my hand today, you crazy.
You're
probably
still
like,
shaking there, holding your hand like
Oh yeah, no.
There's like, barely anything left of your a couple of your fingers.
Grekov looks
Barely
at
anything.
It.
Oh, okay.
Grekov looks at it. And
Yeah, I mean, you
goes,
fucking just took like
20
acid damage of acid on your one hand, like. Damn.
Grekov looks at him and he goes, "You owe me a drink." And then he goes, "Let's get you to a doctor."
And God damn it, the things I do for. Why did we even come over here? Why did we even come over here?
I was not the one that came over.
This is your fault.
Oh, fine then. He begins to walk away.
No, take me to the doctor. I can get out of here.
I thought this was my fault.
I know what I said, but I'm sorry. Take me to a doctor.
Good. Also, while I have you here, before I take you to the doctor, confirm that you owe me a drink.
Here, here's a fucking gold piece for your drink. Just take me to the doctor.
He looks at the gold piece and goes, "Fine." He takes the gold piece and pockets it.
Still holding
I was not going to not take you to the doctor. You really shouldn't let me... He's like talking as we go, hoping that maybe if he pisses him off enough, he'll forget how much in gut-wrenching pain he is. You really shouldn't let me fleece you like that.
Arthur, it's hard to focus on anything but the fact that you're fucking. You're kind of okay, and then every once in a while you look at your hand again, and
it's
you're
just
just
like,
immediately like the pain just back in your head.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need a con save from you as you're. Okay, you managed to stay conscious, but it is like it hurts, dude. Like just the open air against your fucking hand is just unbearable.
Grekov takes out his he takes out the one of the rags he uses to clean his gun, and he says, "Here, wrap this around your hand."
I have no reason to think that this would be a bad idea. So I do it.
What
I
is he
immediately
wrapping
wrap
around
my
his
hand.
hand?
It's just a dirty
It's like I don't
cloth.
have any It's not dirty. It's clean.
It's got
He said it's a
Sealed.
dirty cloth from his dirty, ugly, fat, ugly, dirty Greco.
Grekov just keeps
it's got
walking.
oil on it.
He's like,
It's-
"Okay, you can make it all the way from here." Keeps being a dick. No, it's clean.
God,
He's-
wait until my
Gurkov's not a
father hears about
monster.
this.
So
You
you
fall
wrap it
around the
your hand.
goddamn giant, not even fine with fucking Alan. God, I'm gonna beat this shit.
You wanna
Beat
beat
his
the
ass.
shit out of Alan.
Damn it, Alan.
So you guys wander back towards the, kind of the court area, and there's a healer around the
Yeah.
palace that you can go to, so that won't cost you money, so that's where you're going. And as you guys are headed there, it's about midday at this point, probably little after 12, a little after lunchtime. And as you guys come walking up the steps, you see the 3 guards, like cadets from before, as you guys go passing the barracks. The fat one and the lanky one are sitting there practicing swords, as the little more competent one is standing there watching their progress.
As we approach, Grekov says, "Go get the healer."
Oh, and he looks over his shoulder and he sees Arthur over your side, kind of sitting, just kind of holding his hand, kind of bent over. Oh, Arthur, what happened?
Go get the healer quick before I tell your commanding officer how you abandoned your other commanding officer.
He holds his hands up like, oh, and turns and runs off.
As we're there, Krekov turns to him and he goes, "Gosh, you'd think your men would think he's injured. Maybe I should go get the healer before anything else, eh?"
You'd think.
Stay with me, Arthur.
What day is it?
Arthur seems
Alan, is that you?
Well, his wound is like pretty bad. It's not like he's gonna die bad.
Yeah.
He's
like, tell my father. Tell my father.
He's clearly never had a wound this bad before.
Oh, jeez. Stop being a baby.
I'm gonna beat his ass. Fucking.
The healers.
Wait until father hears about this.
He's like, the healers typically do a fine job. I'm sure they can regrow your hand. I mean, you are rich, right? They're going to do it.
Yes, and very handsome too. No.
Oh, jeez. Now, what did we learn today?
We don't stick our hands in the filthy wells.
It was a fountain, but whatever.
The fountain. I'm
For
going in and out of
For
consciousness.
some reason, I have well in my head.
he goes, you know, maybe we should report that well. You know, while we're here. The fountain. God damn it, now you have me doing it. Maybe we should report that fountain while we're here, eh? That seems like something the guards would want to know about.
Jimmy, Jimmy, get over here. Get the quill and the parchment. Write this down.
Wait, weren't you just moaning about how you were about to die if you then never?
The lanky one comes over. My script isn't the best.
It'll have to do.
Pulls out his pen, his feather pen, and his parchment.
I described to him in very explicit detail the fountain.
And what happened to his hand. And then my
yes,
finger began to slough off.
The whole report. And I make him sit through it all.
Uh-huh.
And then...
Uh-huh.
Now get on with you. So we don't have this happening.
Where do you want me to go?
Take it to the platoon captain.
Right.
Take it to your platoon leader.
And he holds up the pen, and he looks at the paper, and he goes, "Oh, I think my pen ran out of ink." He holds.
God, if I had my
he
other
holds
hand.
He holds up the parchment, and it's just blank. He's been not writing anything this entire time you've been telling him.
All right.
It's been like 20 minutes. You recounted.
Grekov looks around and he goes, "It's really taking them a while to go get that healer, eh?" He goes, "Man,
it is really busy around the palace right now. Like, it's very possible that the healer's just struggling to get through the crowd of people to get here, or is dealing with something else."
Yeah, I know. Grekov sort of goes, "Man, you guys don't really run a very tight ship around here, do you?"
This is a busy time of year. There's a lot going on.
There's a man sitting here with a melted hand, and it's been 20 minutes. And also, we just spent 20 minutes dictating a report to a man who didn't even realize his pin was out the thing.
To be fair, he's not
You're
even
not
an
going
actual
out of your
guard.
way to You're not going out of your way to convince me of the guard's competence.
To be fair, he's not an actual guard. He's a cadet, and he probably won't be an actual guard because he's that incompetent.
All right. I need someplace else. Take me to...
dearie! What's happened to your hand? You notice the nurse from your younger days come walking out from behind you.
Finally, somebody competent.
He stuck it in the well and it's melted off.
She grabs your arm
Some sort of acid.
by higher up where the acid hadn't touched, and she kind of holds your melted hand out in front of her so she can get a better look at it. It hurts while she's doing this, but she's like looking at it really close, and she kind of like picks at the little bits of flesh that are still on like your finger, and she's like, "Can you still feel that, darling?" And you,
yes.
God,
does this hurt? On a scale of 1 to 10, how much does this hurt?
Sorry, dear. We just gotta make sure you've still got feeling in your hands.
Can you fix it?
She kind of looks around and she
I'm sorry, but you'll never walk again. How?
I'm sorry, but you're gonna be blind
She
forever.
pulls out a fucking baseball bat. Just takes out your knees. No, she actually takes both hands and she puts them around yours, and at first it burns as her hands touch your melted one, but then suddenly there begins to be a glowing blue light that appears in the center of her hands, and you begin to feel a chilling, soothing feeling go through not only your hand but your entire body, and you can really only see your wrist because her hands are enclosed around yours, but you can see on the bits of your wrist where some of the burns were from the acid that you're beginning to heal, and you can feel all of the pain begin to recede as the energy glows a bit brighter, and then she takes a big breath, and as she breathes out, cold air kind of goes across your face, and she opens her hand, and you heal 15 hit points. Oh, sorry, you heal 18 hit points. And your hand is completely healed back. Like, not fucking bony and shit anymore.
Nice.
Yeah, there is still some scarring from where it happened. She goes, sorry, dearie, that's the best I can do. I've used a lot of my energy this morning. Maybe tomorrow, if you come back and see me again, I can do some secondary healing on it.
Yakov very inappropriately says, "Can you do something about his face?"
She goes, that's very inappropriate.
He goes, "What? It's not that much to look at, to be honest."
Is there something wrong with you as well? She looks at
Nope. Well, not physically.
And some of that blue magic fix to that head of his.
you. What's wrong with his head?
He's calling me stupid, man. Or crazy. One of the two.
Just a little mental.
Don't worry about it. The fact we can joke out about this means he's all better. Now, he looks at Arthur, he goes, we need to find our, charges. Still. And also, we need to report to that, fountain.
Or looking for someone as well?
I'm going to go now. He stands up and he begins to leave.
Well, I give up on filing the report, and I just I get up from where I'm sitting
goes,
and
of course I'm trying to find somebody else. Were you not paying attention this whole time?
As you get up, you you go to leave or whatever, and you see that same guard from before, or not guard, sorry, but the servant from before kind of come out of the gates. It says, Arthur! There you are. I've been looking for you everywhere.
Yes, what is it, Emil?
Well, I told the prince of your message, and he insisted on meeting with you.
Uh,
That was a
Very-
few hours ago, actually. He looks a little nervous.
I suppose it can't wait any longer.
Hmm.
Like, I'm sure my brother will turn up. I'm... If from some of the people that we've talked to have said that they were with the guy you were looking for, then how bad could it be? He's alive. If anything
Uh,
happens to him,
he grimaces and he goes, "Well, I mean, you saw the part of town we were in, yes? There was a shootout that we weren't even involved in, really. He could have been killed by a stray bolt, by all you know."
this guy Tanner, what's he like?
Hmm. That is a interesting question.
He the type to die from a stray bullet?
I don't want to answer that question.
Do you think he would keep my brother safe?
And he kind of does the hand thing where he's like, "It's possible."
Ugh.
I mean, I
Like, I'll
haven't met
just
Joe's character, but he seems like the. I mean, Taryn can correct me if I'm wrong, but he seems like kind of the type that naturally gets into trouble.
Yeah, he does.
So, he's like, he won't actively try and thrust him into danger, but Tenor attracts trouble just as easily as he attracts women, which is fairly easily, actually.
the prince situation, I think, can't wait any longer. So I'm gonna go and tell the prince about Alan.
Yes, and I guess I'll go see if I can still find them. And he sort of, he looks at him and he goes, "And if your brother is dead, I will have my employer send you a nice full bouquet. A grief basket. The least I can do."
Uh, Fallon's dead, which I don't think that's the case. But if he was dead, I'm pretty sure the guard captain, my father, would turn this city upside down.
Okay. He says,
That'd
"There's
be
not
bad for
really."
you, employer.
That doesn't really have. Not necessarily.
He goes, "Well, good luck with the prince. He's kind of your boss's boss, so good luck with that."
You guys take your separate ways.
I mean, honestly, at this point, Grekov has not a lot of reason to put himself in the presence of royalty.
Other than you don't get to very often.
That's true. But his own employer told him to find Tainor, and he doesn't really see how sticking around could help him do that. So unless somebody convinces him that he ought to stay, he's gonna be like, "I gotta get back to the search, otherwise my employer isn't always a patient man."
Fair enough.
So
So you guys
We split it. Yeah, we go our separate ways.
All right. You head up the steps into the bigger part of the castle, and Krikov, you turn back and head back down the steps and into the kind of nicer part of the city. Where are you headed?
So Tainor went to was kicked out of one bar, or not even allowed to enter one bar, and then said he was going to a place called the Wishing Well. So I'm gonna assume. So does my employer, does he have like an informant working for him, or somebody who has information about the city?
Usually you.
Okay, so if I don't know what it is,
I mean, you're like, he's not exactly a super. You've done a couple questionable jobs for him, but I would say generally speaking, it's not like you guys aren't like the mafia or anything like that. He's not asking you to bop people every other.
And my character really,
days.
once he's been hired for something, isn't the type to like ask questions.
Right. I would say over the entirety of your 20 plus years of service, he's maybe asked you to do two things that you questioned whether or not you should actually do it, and probably still went through with it anyways.
Oh yeah. My character's the type to do that. So he goes, he's like, I'm going to head back to the Black Curtain and see if maybe the bartender knows where this wishing well is. Maybe Tanor mentioned it to him or somebody there.
Who are you talking to, pal? That's standing out front of the barracks watching you.
He looks at the cadet and he goes, go back to being incompetent over there. I'm busy.
Yeah, looks offended.
Wait. Do you know anything about the wishing well? Not a wishing well, the wishing well.
Wishing well. I mean, like, that old story?
He stops and he goes,
You suddenly get
more.
a brain blast, Grekov, of an old children's story that you've actually heard before yourself. It was one that was centered near your town, sort of speaking about a old well that had gotten buried beneath the just beneath the tides over time as the water had risen higher and higher, and it was said that people used to go there to make wishes, and that when they did, they would be answered.
Oh, tide, I'm gonna assume then that if it's anywhere, it's in the... Is this on the ocean?
Yes, see the, like, kind of over here.
Oh, I see, okay.
So this would be south. Kind of southeast over this way. So it's like, this is sort of east-ish, like the eastern side. And then like way like over here would have been where you guys were. Crappy part of town.
Rekov goes, Cadet! I need you to do something for me.
What?
When Arthur gets done meeting the prince, tell him to head down to the docks district. And also tell him the story you just told me. Or, well, remind him of the story of the wishing well.
Okay.
And then he starts heading off towards the docks district.
Okay. Meanwhile, Arthur, you make your way through the castle and climb up to one of the taller towers where you know the prince to typically reside.
Knock, knock.
Come in.
I enter. Prince.
Name is Prince Keo.
Prince Keel. Sorry to have you wait. It was...
That's what he looks like. He's a little bit older than you are, but not by much. Maybe the age difference between you and Alan.
I do whatever the customs are of greeting him.
Actually, there's about 9-year difference between you and Alan, isn't there? So he's it's probably more like a 4-year difference between you two.
All right. I address him as His Highness, or however I normally address the prince, and
I mean,
Asshole. That's how you
Remember-
address the prince.
I would say, generally speaking, if there's other people, you would always refer to him as the prince, or my prince, or your highness, or one of those sort of things. But if you're talking like in a private setting, you'd probably just refer to him by his name. He is your best friend.
okay. Kyle, sorry to make you wait.
It's not Kyle.
Kyle.
Do not call him Kyle.
And
What'd you just
back
call
at
me?
I get my head cut off. Okay. Keel. My brother's gone missing. I've been searching for him all day. It's something my father put me up to. Otherwise, I would have showed up sooner.
And what would that be exactly? He kind of raises an eyebrow at you.
I just got done saying that Alan went missing. He's been gone for a day.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. Something along the lines of, yeah, I would have been here. I would have been here sooner, but my Alan went missing, and my dad put me up to the task of searching for him.
Looks you over and so what, he was out drinking again or something?
Do I know that Alan's an alcoholic, or?
I mean, he's not an alcoholic, but I mean, you know that you know that your
He's been
brother
going on
is
the
like the
black
black
curtain.
sheep. Like, you know, your
Okay.
brother doesn't fit in like he hasn't ever fit in.
Well,
I would say
and
you've
from
maybe caught him. It hasn't even been. It's been like maybe something that's happened like twice,
okay.
but the prince is choosing to harp on it.
I mean, it so far it would look that way. It looks like he's from what we've what I've found out so far is he's been bar hopping with some ruffian, but
The roof here.
until he gets back, I don't really have a full picture.
You didn't find him.
I stuck my hand in some fountain off uh in one of the poorer districts looking for him, and I
Wait. Put your hand in acid bath fountain. You seem a bit surprised that he.
I facepalm. They told me that was the wishing well.
Who told you
Facepalms-
that?
Nobody told him.
Well, that's what I'm telling him.
He's
Just some guy I know.
That's what the prince says to you. He says, "Who told you that?"
Some rando off the street, some halfling we found inside a bar. Said he saw Alan heading off towards the wishing well. Thought he meant it was the one in the back corner.
Is it an eyebrow?
It's been a long day.
Well, it sounds like it'll be longer still. Better find your brother. I suppose we can finish this chat another time. He sort of stops making eye contact with you and he starts looking over some scrolls on his desk.
Just kind of like close my eyes and rub my temples, and I take my leave.
Before you leave, he goes, "No, goodbye."
Bye, Kyle. Heal.
Well, you're now dead to him.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Just kind of sighs at you and you walk out. Meanwhile, Grekov, you've made your way down to the docks. And what are you looking for exactly?
So, I remembered this old tale, and so the dock district in this town, is it like a nice docks, or is it like a seedy sort of dock?
It's better than the area you were in before.
It's probably a little bit rough because sailors can be a bit rough,
It's-
but that's about it.
It's probably more like a medium sort of district, you know what I mean? Like this is kind of more the like this is probably one of the more common jobs in this area is to be a fisherman.
I get you. They're rough guys, but they're gainfully employed.
Well, it's more. I wouldn't even say rough. Like I'm not. You're the one saying rough. I'm not saying rough. I'm just saying they're like blue collar. You know what I mean? They're working men. You know, they're the working class of this city. I mean, rough in that sense, I suppose. You know what I mean? But they're not like. Yeah, rough in the sense that they work labor jobs, not like rough like it's a tough part of town or anything.
Yeah. So he's like, okay, so he's sort of walking down the street and he's like, okay, the wishing well could refer to several things, but it was supposed to go under the waves, is what you said in the story.
It's up beneath the tide.
The tide, and so he basically sort of realizes that the people who kind of know the best stories and like where people might go or disappear tend to be the old sailors. So he's gonna go to a sailor's bar and he's gonna look for the person who looks like they sort of know the oldest story, the oldest sailor there,
You do just that. You walk into a bar closest to the ocean front, and as you see one that is called the Hook and Sinker, and
Yeah.
you decide that's probably a good place to start and walk in, and it's a pretty jolly place. Actually, probably one of the more jolly bars you've been in so far, and seems it's a lot of dudes that have just gotten off their jobs, and it's usually a lot of the fishing is done early in the day, so this is a lot of them are just now probably getting off.
I look around the bar and I look for any sailor that looks like he's got gray hair or anything
You
like
see one smoking a corncob pipe sitting in the corner with an eye patch and a big bushy white beard.
He walks forward towards the guy and he goes, "Hello."
Arr. Who ye be?
I'm Grekov. Can I buy you a drink? Maybe ask for a story.
You can buy me too if you ask for a story.
He sort of looks around to see what the prices of drinks are.
They're pretty cheap considering.
Yeah. So he goes,
You're pretty well paid as well. Yeah, you literally work for the wealthiest man in the city.
yeah. So he goes,
You're not bad.
certainly, especially if you. Gosh, I dropped the accent.
Did I give you gold?
No, you didn't give me gold.
Well,
I have.
Arthur, you have 500 gold.
He's got one. I have 100 gold.
Well, you have 500 more.
Okay.
And Kirkov, you have actually probably about 2,000 gold on you. Because you don't really spend your money very much, and you probably actually have more money back at
at my place, yeah. And he goes, "Mister, if you tell me what I need to know, I'll buy you as many rounds as you want."
All right. What is it you want to know?
Ah, I recently had a friend who I'm I'm trying to track down a friend. And he said that he was going to the wishing well.
I tried to track down a friend on the open sea once.
No.
When I did it, the salt wore into me eyes and deep into me veins. I became thirsty, thirstier than the thirstiest sea land animal you've ever seen.
Yes.
Thirstier
He's
than
like,
a bird that cannot fly.
what? What?
He takes a shot from his drink that was already there.
He goes, can you tell me about the wishing well?
The wishing well.
Yes.
You mean that bullshit fountain in the East District? And or the West District, and he holds up his left hand and he's got a hook for it.
He goes, no, not that one. The one from the old tales. It's sunk under the sea.
Oh, right. Right. The one that be granting the wishes.
Yes.
Never heard of it. But maybe if you moistened me lips, I'd remember. He winks his one eye at you.
He goes, are you winking or blinking?
Yes.
So, yes. Bartender, bring me around.
Brings you a drink.
He slides the drink over to the old man.
The old man puts it up to his lips, drowns the entire thing, slams it back down on the table. Hey. What you be wanting to know again?
I want to know where the wishing well from the old stories might actually be.
Oh, well, you see, the thing about that is they moved it.
What?
Yeah. It's no longer a well, you see. They took the stones, moved it somewhere else.
I see, and do you know where it was moved?
Well, they say that they made a shrine underneath the waterfall on the east side, beneath the castle.
I see. Thank you.
I buried a cat there. Mr.
Was
Scruffles. He was a good cat.
Yes.
He did not swim well.
He orders another drink, and for him and the old man, and then he goes, for Mr. Scruffles.
Oh, he downs the drink.
He goes, well, you may be full of bullshit, old man, but I have nothing better to do than track down this league. So,
Well, I better be getting back to me drinking. And he turns slightly away from you.
Kirby, get back to my drinking. Thank you. And he gets up and he pays the tab, and then he says, and give him one more round. I'm sure he won't remember I gave it to him, but I kind of like the old man.
He nods at you. Takes the gold. Arthur.
Arthur.
You in making your way where?
To the barracks.
All right. On your way there, as you get out in front of the barracks, you hear Arthur Morningclaw. Or yeah, actually he says Morningclaw. He doesn't say Morningclaw.
I turn around to face the person.
Standing there is a man you do not recognize.
And
And
who
he
might
has
you
a
be?
rapier at his side. And a big curly black mustache. And curly hair to go along with it that flows down to his shoulders. He says, I was hoping to see you at my seminar today. His name is Signor Babastis.
Does he say that?
No, but you know
who he is?
immediately
Okay.
who he is because of you realize that he was the like trainer that was I can't think of the right word, but
What is his title?
he's like a sword master. He's
Arms master?
he came here to train, like he was like a specialty trainer that came here as like you know, like how a college has like, you know, speakers come in or something like that. Like
Yeah,
it's like
so
that sort of deal. It's like this guy is like a world-renowned swordsman, and he came here to teach a class, like just
Yeah.
for today. And you already missed the class. The class already
Yeah.
took place. And you recognize that's who this guy is when he's
Master Babastis. You'll have to. I have to apologize for my absence. I did want to be a part of that class. However, my younger brother has gone missing for the past day and a half now, and I have been chasing him or chasing a lead for the past couple hours now.
You know, I had a brother who was much in the same. They had the saying where I'm from, that if you wait, sometimes what you search for will find you. This was not always true with my brother, but good advice at times. He says, I was hoping to get a look at your sword skills. I have heard much of you from your father. You're a bit surprised that A, that your father knows this guy, and B, that I mean, you're not totally surprised that your dad knows this guy, but you didn't know that he knew him. Or that he was talking to this guy about you.
Well, I'd really love to to show you my skills with the rapier, Master Bubastis, but I have to go. I have to search for my brother before something.
Well, he wasn't asking you.
Oh,
He was just saying
oh, then
that it was a
yes, I'd love
shame.
to.
He was just saying.
Okay.
No, he was just saying it was a shame that he was hoping to. He's basically saying that he was like disappointed that you weren't at the class. Is what he was saying. He's not
Right.
asking to do it with you again or
Okay.
in the future. He's literally just saying, "I would have liked to, but it's too bad that you weren't there." Essentially.
Yep. It was a huge shame. I will let my brother know as soon as I find him the missed opportunities that he has brought me. Maybe our paths will cross again.
Yes, perhaps. And he goes, and if they do not, then, well, perhaps I'll come searching for you. Kind of smiles at you, tips his hat, takes his leave.
Wait for him to leave, and then I go back on my way towards the barracks.
Arthur!
What is it now?
It's Jimmy. It's running up. Uh, the guy.
Out with it.
The,
Out with it.
the guy, the big guy.
Greg.
He- Who?
The big guy.
Yeah, the big guy. He said that he's going. He wants you to go where he's going.
Did he say anywhere specific?
Oh. Yeah.
Jimmy, get out of my face.
Okay. He walks away.
Ugh.
What's happening?
So,
Alright.
what do you do then?
I guess I waste 30 minutes of my life and I go back out to the city. And I start asking around if anyone's seen a young boy and a purple tiefling.
Alright, so you're asking for a purple tiefling, and
Yes, I am.
well, definitely nobody's seen a purple tiefling. And I mean, people have seen kids, but you're asking for Alan specifically. A lot of people don't. I mean, it's hard to really find the. I mean, you're not giving an accurate description of Tanor, and Alan doesn't
Blue.
just stick out enough. I mean, you're saying
Okay.
purple like twice, so I'm
Yeah.
assuming you're saying purple. I mean, if you don't want me to assume that you're saying stuff like that, then
Don't.
yeah.
I try a different color after the first 15 minutes.
Well, I mean, it definitely doesn't help either. way.
He goes red.
If anything, it leads you in opposite directions each time you do it because they start leading you towards other tieflings. Yeah, so you don't really have much luck if you're just asking for uh you know Alan and Hannah.
All right. I start to head towards the black curtain.
All right.
And I try to go inside the black curtain.
It is, I mean, it's not locked or anything.
Okay. I'm just gonna wait at the bar.
Okay. You sit down. Hey, you're that guy from before. One with Grekov.
Yeah, you know where he went?
Thought he left with you.
Yeah, we kind of went our own separate ways for a bit. I had some business to take care of.
Well, I'm
Other
sure he'll turn
business.
up here eventually. He always does.
Pass him a gold. And I start drinking.
Okay. He passes your turn. Grekov.
Yep.
You are standing outside of the hook and sinker.
Well, I guess the good news is that if I start heading back to the palace now, I might meet Arthur on the way. He's just assuming Arthur's listened to him and was gonna go to the. So he starts heading back up towards the east. He said the east side of the palace is where they moved it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
So he begins heading up that way.
it's like here specifically. This is where the waterfall is, the only waterfall you know that he's talking about.
Yeah.
I
So
go to the
he starts
bathroom.
heading that way. How close is the shady the black shade?
How shady is this here?
No, I meant why am I blanking on it? The bar.
Oh, the black veil or the black curtain?
The black curtain. It wasn't the black shade. That's dumb. The black curtain. How close is it to that area again?
Pretty close. It's like you can't see it, but it's like flipped from instead of being here, it's like over on this side. Like it's flipped across from it.
Yeah, if it's
But
that
it's still
close,
on
he's
this nice part of the area.
yeah. Before he goes delving in the this waterfall to try and figure out what's up, he's gonna go to the black curtain and get it. You know, make sure get a drink
Get a
and make
drink for
sure
the-
Tanner's not there. But get a drink first.
He never did get that drink for the road.
I know I didn't get to drink it.
So you begin making your way back from the dock, and as you do, you see, like, across the river here, you can see off there's a big forest. It's a like massive, like old ancient forest that's been here long before the city was. And as you're kind of looking across the river, you swear you see a light and something flicker between the trees. Kind of shake it off and continue on.
This is weird.
As you continue, it seems to happen one or two more times where you swear you see something out of the corner of your eyes flicker through the trees.
No, that can't be right.
It's not the first time you've heard of strange things happening in these woods. Probably your first time seeing something strange like this. But there's definitely lots and lots of stories, you know, folklore about this nearby forest.
Okay, he's keeping, he's wary now. He's not the most superstitious sort, but just because people are disappearing doesn't always mean there's something supernatural causing it. But he's keeping an eye out for it now.
All right. Is Peyton still gone?
Yep. Yep, I'm here.
You make your way up the road and back to the Black Curtain, where you come through the front door and see Arthur. And Arthur, have you continued to drink this entire
Yes.
time? All right,
I'm sipping
Arthur
on
is
my
about
third.
yeah. You're actually about 4 or 5 drinks deep if you just continued to drink.
Okay.
As it's taken him quite a while to walk back, and you could roll me a con save. You are drunk as a skunk. As Grekov comes walking through the door. Hey
all-
there, Grekov!
What took you so long?
I know you were just doing your job, but
We need
did you really have to
phrases,
give
man.
give him so much to drink?
You fine? The Talon? Turner?
What?
Chabilski? Did you find your mans? Dwarf, right?
I have a lead. Sober up.
You've got a lead. I've got a lead right here. Raise my cup up.
You want me to get one of the sobering tonics for you?
Yes.
Just, Tanner always keeps them on deck just in case he wants to drink more. And he reaches under the counter and pulls out a blue vial that he puts on the counter. He says,
Oh.
100 gold.
So, Father, I wouldn't get in any trouble. Yeah, that's a promise. 100 gold? You gonna pay him?
I mean, he's talking to you, Gregov, because
Yeah.
you're the only one sober enough to fucking deal with
Here
this
you go.
transaction.
Here you go.
Alright, you pay him, and he slides the blue vial across to Arthur.
What you giving me here? You fucking moonshine?
It's more to drink. Drink it now.
That stuff's illegal. I give you a ticket for that.
It's not moonshine, laddie. It's the brand new tonic. Just drink up. You'll like it.
Vibes up. Like you do with the chaser. Goop.
It
Fucking
is
drink the shit.
awful. Well, you would, but you're immediately sober. And you feel like you basically just skipped the drunk phase and just went straight to hangover.
And I'm sober. God damn it, let's get out of here.
No, well, it's more like you're like, ugh, like you feel sick. Listen,
Alright, well then I'd start throwing up
like
my...
have you never been hungover before?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, so you feel hungover. You're not
They're not that
Yeah.
bad.
You're not. That's what I'm
like
saying.
an
You're
ins-
not. That's why I didn't say you were getting sick. You keep putting words in my mouth for some reason.
You're not like instantly hungover. Or you're instantly hungover. It's not like you're throw up
yeah,
sick.
you like
You're more like
literally
headache
just went
sick.
straight to you're hungover. Like yeah, exactly. You're like you got body aches. You feel sick to your stomach, but you're not like actively throwing up everywhere. You're just
Alright. Ow. Where's Alan?
We are going to the waterfall. I believe that is where the wishing well is.
If we go there, he better be there. I'm tired of running around this damn city.
And you think I'm not? You just spent like what? How long has he been here? A few hours getting drunk? I'm the only
yeah,
one-
he's been here a while. Yeah.
I'm the only one that's been tracking down in the goddamn leads.
Take my watch out. Ah, jeez.
It's been like
Really
4
been that long?
hours.
Yeah, it's like,
Damn,
what?
that was like-
It was just 4 hours ago, 4 hours ago. He goes, come on.
Right as you begin to go to walk out the door hits you in the chest.
Ooh.
Verkov.
What the shit?
Oh god, that was a long one. I'll be honest. That's longer than what I'm used to. Hey, Gregov! Tanor is standing there, shoulder to shoulder with Alan at the doorway.
I look to the barkeep and I ask for another one of those blue vials.
Tanor,
Tonics.
he goes, Tanor, I have been looking everywhere for
Yes,
you. Your father.
Sure, 100 gold.
Okay. I gave him the 100 gold.
Ver- Tanor, I've been looking everywhere for you. Your father is worried about you.
Yeah, well, yeah, isn't he always?
Yes. Now come with me.
We're just, this is like, we only have like a couple more hours or something, right, Alan?
You.
Alan is like barely being held up by like
Yeah.
Tanner. He's like totally.
He like takes the Alan's arm off from around Tanner, like he tries to, and like kind of
Hey,
pushes.
that's my buddy.
He kind of pushes Alan into Arthur's arms.
Whoa, whoa! What are you doing with my friend?
I'm grappling him.
Come on now, Tanner.
Alan.
I kind of pushed Alan
He's
kind of
not.
his direction.
He's not resisting.
He's not fighting
Fresh.
against you.
I shove the bottle in his mouth, make him drink it.
Okay.
Sober up, buddy.
Oh. He looks at you, and he actually does look like he's about to be sick.
Tanner,
I point his head over my shoulder. I bear hug him.
You do what?
I point his head away from me, so he's facing like, and I give him a bear hug.
Why? What an asshole. Alright, he fucking pukes everywhere. And he tries to get you to let go. Arthur! What are you doing?
Father was worried sick about you. I almost lost my hand looking for you.
Put me down, please. Put me down.
I put him down.
He looks up at you. He's clearly in several types of misery. It's like, just leave me alone, would you?
meanwhile, Grekov sort of is talking to Tanner, and he goes, "Would you prefer to be sober or drunk when I take you to talk to your father?"
I mean, I'm always somewhere in between, aren't I?
Good point. Come on now, Tanner. Come on, don't resist. I am allowed to give you 2 bruises. Yes, I asked.
Oh, what? I'll lie, say it was more. I'm blue. He won't be able to tell.
Oh no! This,
Will punches him immediately.
we both know that bruises show up on your skin as more of a shade of blackish purple.
Damn.
Punch him in the gut.
He goes, "I am allowed to give you 2 bruises, but if you come with me now, I will maybe only give you 1.
He seems to contemplate it. He shrugs. Well, I'll see you around, Alan. Yeah, I'll see you later, Tanner.
As we're walking away, you hear Grekov say, "You're being so good, I'll even let you choose where I hit you."
He goes to point at his face, and then he goes, nah, that's risky. He goes, I don't know. Buyer's choice.
Grekov grins, and then he just punches him in the gut.
Oh! He practically throws him off his feet when you do it. He's not that tall. I think he's even maybe shorter than Arthur is. So he just flies off his feet and falls over.
Good.
I don't think it was supposed to be internal.
He goes, you have a good point. As he's like picking up, he goes, "How are we going to prove that I gave you more than 2 bruises, though?"
He's like, just
open.
Just take me back to my father.
It's like, come on.
punch him in the shoulder, playfully.
I mean, my character is like 45. He's like 45.
Yeah.
You need to really have more pride in yourself, Tanner. As we're, we're just walking away, you can hear Grekov just
It's like,
chatting away with him.
yeah. Yeah. They walk off into the sunset, leave you and Alan sitting there outside the bar.
You have fun?
Yes, actually. He looks at you kind of reluctantly and kind of gets a shitty grin on his face.
Tieflings, really? Alan? Is that who we're hanging out with now?
He's not so bad. And he stands up.
I won't tell Dad that you're hanging out with tieflings.
Gee, thanks. And I won't tell him you're gay. He starts walking out.
Like, I won't tell him something that would literally make him kill you.
All right, well, I won't tell him you're dead. So,
you know what I'm saying,
Stab him.
Todd? I never found you. You just start choking him out.
On second thought, I never found you. He starts drawing his sword.
start using my blood magic on him. Throw him over the into the river, into the ocean.
And I think that is where we will end the session tonight. As the two brothers begin to walk the path back up to the castle.
I do trip him along the way.
And as we fade out, next time we will meet 5 years from now in the future, where our compatriots will meet once again in the Feywild.
5 years later, and Arthur's less of an asshole.